Alright, today we're doing a 808 Mafia type beat, and the last type beat hit our goal, and so I posted kind of a voting kind of process online, and so that's still going on, and I just wanted to put out some stuff in between since I have a ton of free time currently, and basically a lot of people have been asking for 808 Mafia type stuff, and there was this one comment and it had a lot of likes on it, so I can go ahead and do this right now. But basically this whole style is it's trap obviously, and it's gonna be a lot quicker, I guess. There is chords occasionally, but it's kind of rare, so really we can just start by just making a melody, and this is just gonna take trial and error, I guess. I want to start by finding a good sound though. So I was already looking at this one. So no kind of crazy stuff like that, you know. Let's go ahead and draw these notes in. So for this style, these kind of simpler beats, you can get away with just drawing in the notes, I guess. I'm gonna turn up the BPM a little bit, or actually let me see this. Let's take all of this and condense it a little bit. Alright, now that's too fast, so we're just gonna have to adjust the BPM until it sounds right. I think 140 is fine. So now we can kind of adjust the velocity, which is the speed or kind of the force that the keys are being hit with. And we're just gonna loop this over and over. And then on the last one, so this is kind of one of those, okay, I'm gonna turn on the looping right here. So basically everything under here is just gonna loop. And one of the rules with trap is that, or one of the things that you can do is just change the last part. Just repeat something and then add some variation at the end. Oops, I gotta think about this. I turned down my volume on my monitor so it doesn't bleed through. Alright, so right there we have kind of a melody. Next up, to be honest, I just want to let's try to get a second sound in there. And right now this is kind of like the Ableton sounds that I was just using. So let's go ahead and use Omnisphere, because it has a lot more unique textures and stuff. And we already have a basic melody, so okay, wait, let me see. I really like this one. Alright, so I have a little sound right here, and we can just draw it in. Again, this is the type of style where you would want to draw things in because it's a very rhythmic genre of music. It's very rhythm based, so everything is very on point. So when I look at this whole thing right here, basically it's all the same until this last little quarter right here, this last quarter. So right here I have this one note, this C note, and then I go up by a seventh with it, which is is just a music theory term, and it's basically, I don't know how to explain it, but basically it's just a note that's gonna sound good within the same scale. So I'm just bringing it up. Let's just listen. It's gonna make sense. Uh-oh. So basically, yeah, so now we have a little bit of background. Next up, let's go ahead and add an 808. And I have this kit that I made, and the whole reason why I thought this was a good time to make this video is because I just finished up this premium trap essentials kit, and it's literally perfect for this genre. So let me get this one right here. Actually, I like the Luger 808 a little bit better. And I'm actually doing an update with my 808 Essentials kit as well. It's going to have a lot of these 808s in it. Let me unwarp this. Okay, I'm just trying to hear kind of what volume it's at. Let's go ahead and put this inside a sampler. So we're going to just go ahead and go ahead and drag this in right here. And wait, where the fuck? Okay, it's right there. It's super quiet. Let's turn this into a sampler. And the velocity to, okay, the volume to velocity is very like strong right now. And what I can actually do is I'm just gonna get one of the 808 Essentials that I just did. I'm just gonna get the Luger one since it's already set up for us. These are very loud. Turn this down a little bit. And the 808's so quiet for some reason. Alright, let's go ahead and draw a pattern. And again, we can repeat kind of the same patterns, I guess. Anyways, next up we're gonna do some drums and stuff. Let's go ahead and just get that Premium Trap Essentials kit. I'm gonna get a typical kind of snare, like this right there. So the Black Beetle snare from that song by Michael Made It and Ray Shremmer.
That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me.
Ray Shremmer. But yeah, definitely check out that pack if you're a trap producer, kind of, I guess, and you use a lot of these sounds. There's tons of additions and stuff, and all of the essential sounds that you would need as a trap producer, and some unique additions as well. Alright, now let me go ahead and add like some hats and stuff. Alright, something like that. And if you listen, all these sounds that I have in this kit are super high quality, super clear. They're all the high end is all I added a little bit of distortion to the high end and stuff so that everything would sound clear, and some compression and stuff, so all the sounds would pop right out the box, and it's just perfect. But let's go ahead and make this hi-hat pattern. So again, I just like to lay out everything first. So the hi-hats really complete a lot of trap songs, and I'm feeling like I don't really like this sound right here, this one, anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch that out real quick. Alright, so I replaced the sound, and here we go. This is what we have right now. And next I want to kind of add another melody idea that I have right now, and it's just to add some strings. I kind of want to add like a chord at the end of this whole thing. And let me turn down my volume again. I'm gonna go with like one of these Ableton sounds right here. Just gonna go with the string ensemble, and I'm going to just paste the same pattern right here. And we're gonna have this go like this. Uh-oh. Let me think, like this, I think. Alright, there we go. We're just gonna keep that last chord right there. So really, we're just gonna work with this whole loop for the whole time, and then we're gonna spread it out. And really, with music production, you just gotta hear the next idea, or just think of what you want to hear next before moving on to the next kind of part. And this 808 is kind of hard to hear, so I'm gonna pull it up by an octave. So press shift and up, and now it's gonna be an octave higher, and I think this is gonna be easier to hear, I guess. And I mean, I kind of like that, but I'm just gonna keep it low for now. And next up, I kind of want to add more hi-hat rolls, to be honest, because it's kind of bland right now. For this kind of 808 Mafia style, you may want to add a second hi-hat for the purpose of just rolling them, and kind of lay that under the original hi-hat pattern. So and obviously for rolls, you just want small notes and just play them quickly. And I don't like how high pitched that is, so I'm gonna turn it down. But as you can tell, all these sounds are super clear in this pack. Again, this is from the Premium Trap Essentials pack, so definitely check it out if you're interested in that. And as you can tell, I just played with the velocity. I made it kind of fade inwards. So I selected this whole area, hit command, and dragged a line, and then the whole velocity followed that line. And let's go ahead and, I don't know, add maybe like a hi-hat. Open hi-hat, I mean. Okay, classic 808 Mafia hi-hat right there. So again, I'm gonna try to make this beat, like, if you're watching this video right now, this beat is going to be something that I consider good enough that it could actually sell and stuff. And I'll also have like a purchase link and kind of a link where you can see kind of the final product when that comes out. But basically, yeah, if this beat doesn't turn out to a point where I think it's good enough that people would buy it, then I'm not gonna post that, because I'm trying to put out only good content on this channel. You guys already know. And again, this is a beat, so it's more simple, but I still have kind of a high standard for that as well. So just throwing that in there while I'm making this. I want to have a crash, of course. And at this point, I think we can add another melodic instrument. I'm kind of hearing like just a second kind of over the top melody to go over all of these ideas right here that we have with all these rhythmic instruments and stuff. So again, I'm gonna go with Omnisphere for that. And we're just gonna do all sounds and just browse through this. If this takes too long, I'm just gonna cut forward. Why is it? Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and look in bells and stuff. Oh, where did I see that? Right there. Alright, perfect. We can use something like this and just overlay something simple. I don't know, something like that. I like that first idea. And then I combine these two clips with Command J. So just something simple like that. We're gonna turn it down a little bit, so it's kind of in the background. And at this point, this string instrument right here. Wait, let me look at the 808. So right here I have this thing. I'm gonna disable it. But on the string instrument, I have this quick edit, which is just a rack that I made, and basically there's all these filters on it. And basically this is kind of like the low pass filter right here, and I'm gonna use that for the strings to automate and make this fade in like this. Just gonna add a way more interesting effect, and we can actually go into the filter, which is a EQ, and we're gonna go ahead and turn up the Q on this. Not too high though, like maybe 0.5. Okay, that's too low. Oh yeah, 0.5 is less than 1, so I was thinking maybe 1.5. That's too high. 1.2 maybe. And now, of course, we're gonna add some horns. So people always ask for kind of places where they can get horns without getting contact. So one of the things that I did want to do is make a horn, kind of somewhere that you could get horns from. And in the Premium Trap Essentials, I just included the horns because it's just a very kind of like essential part of trap, or that you hear a lot in trap sounds. So I just decided to include that into this pack. And it kind of starts a little bit late, as you can tell. So we can cut this in just a little bit. Turn it down like an octave. A little bit too low. Let's go to the other sample, the lower one. So as you can tell, it's a label. This is a C note, so I know it's going to be in scale because our melody starts at C. You can literally just drag these in and it'll sound right. Alright, so that's kind of like the whole, I guess, first part. And now I'm just going to paste it over, as you can tell, and then we're going to do more complicated stuff. Extend this a little bit. So I'm kind of trying to do this whole process on camera, as you can tell. So I may be a little bit quiet, but hopefully you guys are still entertained. I don't like that second note. So I really like that whole idea. Again, let's keep doing some drum work. I keep getting like scatterbrained and like loose focus and stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing this. There we go, that's very nice right there. So nice. Now for this melody sound, I mean, it's decent, but it's just a basic Ableton sound, and I did want to eventually change it up after I listened to it for a little bit. So I'm just gonna go with Spectrasonics Omnisphere as usual, and we're just gonna look for like some sort of key instrument to replace this. If I had something like Keyscape, then this would be a lot, like there would be a lot more keyboard kind of choices. Naruto. So I feel like that one's decent, but it just needs to have more ambience to it, more reverb, I guess. So let's go ahead and listen to it real quick. Don't have to go too crazy, but that's good. And now I'm feeling like adding just one final kind of over the top instrument, something that's rhythmic. And again, I'm gonna have to go ahead and look for this real quick. Alright, so I added this last little instrument right here, this last little BPM instrument. So let's go ahead and listen to it. And again, I need to lower down my volume. So it's kind of the whole pattern right there. And I'm kind of doing this all like on the fly, kind of off the top of my head. So it's kind of like sometimes I need to just think. So sometimes I'll just stop talking and like I'll just focus on what I want to add next. But basically, let's listen to what we have. So we have the whole rhythmic idea and everything. So basically, we're at more of the design process, I would say, at this point. So no more adding kind of melodies. At this point, we would add like different sounds. So for example, the 808 Mafia siren. I'm gonna add that right now. Turn down the volume a little bit. We're gonna try to make this match kind of the pitch of this song. So I kind of like it better high pitched, and I just did that by ear. I just pitched it until it sounded right. And I mean, with practice, you'll be able to just hear when things are right or when they're wrong. And I'm adding a delay so that it'll like fade off a little bit, and keep playing, I guess. That's too fast, so we're gonna do 8. I mean, we can do it high pitched or we can do it low pitched as well. I like high pitched better. And at this point, I'll call this practically done. And I don't want to put you guys through the whole boring process of just mixing, but I will add like a few other ideas, maybe some more percussion. And arrange this into what I would call a full beat, and I'll arrange it until it's something that I think could be actually worth selling, for example, so that you can have an example of what kind of goes into making these types of 808 Mafia beats. And hopefully you guys learned something, but I'm just gonna go ahead and arrange this real quick, and then we're gonna do a little bit more drum work, and I'll probably do a little bit of mixing on camera. But yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm basically done with the arrangement process. I got two drops right now, or 2 choruses. So I'm just gonna stop there. There's no use in extending it anymore for now, or any longer for now. And basically I added a piano, but let's kind of play the intro. Really what beat producing is having one loop and then kind of spreading it out. So what I actually did is I added a piano with a similar melody, or with the same melody, and it's just kind of going to be like an intro instrument. And let's go ahead and play it real quick, just so we can know how the whole intro kind of flows into the whole beat. I'm gonna add a horn right here. And right here, what I'm gonna do, so kind of something that you learn with arrangement is that you can silence certain parts or cut certain parts out to kind of lead into a different part. So right here, I'm gonna silence the drums, or just let it play one more. Future type beat. But what I'm gonna do real quick is add more brass hits right here at the second part of the drop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't like that actually. I don't like this second one. But again, we're doubling up on the brass just so it has more of an aggressive flow on that second part. And we're gonna do that for the other drop too. So really with beat producing is very repetitive. And now the 808, I kind of want to I want to compress it in order to have some punch without having to add a whole kick to the front of it. So what I'm gonna do is use this compressor right here, turn up the ratio to about like 3.5 or something, and I'm gonna turn down the threshold to about -2 or so. So a lot more punchy. Now what I want to do is add a kick to the second part, because I'm gonna have a part without the 808, and I'm gonna show you guys that part in a second. But basically we have all these kicks. Let's just go through it. I want something punchy. Okay, I kind of like something like that. And we're gonna go ahead and listen to this last part of the drop, and it's gonna go into this quiet part where there's no 808. Oops, let me unmute this, or sorry, unsolo this. And then we transition to a piano. And right here I'm gonna have a kick. And as you tell, it adds that punch. And so it's kind of sounding like a Metro Boomin type beat right now. So this is kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. Again, if we get rid of that second one, it's gonna sound better. And then we're gonna transition back into the 808. And actually what we can do is actually put this kick over the 808. I don't know how it's gonna sound. We can also do this for the drop at the second part. So as you can tell right here, this is where the chorus starts. So we're gonna label it chorus up here. And then at this second part, we're gonna add another kind of kick part, I guess. And that's basically the whole beat. I'm gonna mix it and master. It's gonna sound very clean and stuff, and maybe do a little bit more changes to the percussion. All right, so one last thing I wanted to add is a sub bass. So at this second part with the kick, that's a little bit different. Right after the drop where it's kind of silent, I want to add a sub instrument. So basically this is a very low sine wave. So if you have 3 times oscillator and 3x OSC in FL Studio, you can kind of do the same thing. Just look up how to make a sub, and basically it's a very low bass. And you hear this in songs like Love Sosa by Chief Keef and a lot of like older drill songs. But for some reason people have just kind of cut down on using it, but I think it sounds really nice. But basically we're gonna follow the same kind of pattern or rhythm, I guess. And I'm gonna take this down an octave. Alright, one more. So if you have headphones, you can hear this. It sounds very good. I have another one right there. So really, really nice sounding. We're gonna do short ones for now at this part right here. then right here where this kick is, we're gonna extend them. So I really like that. It sounds very nice, especially with a kick like that. You can really get the full range of the kick while still having that sub that's gonna make like the whole club shake, the whole room shake. You still have that sub, and at the same time you can have the kick as well, kind of punch through and have that punch as well. But anyways, that's the whole beat right there. And yeah, add some extra things, and then I'm gonna go ahead and play the final product. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Definitely gonna do more of these. And again, this isn't replacing the next beat. I'm just kind of doing this in between because people suggested this, so why not do 2 videos instead of wait until next week and just do 1. And this is kind of like an easier type beat. Usually beats are simpler to do than some of these other producers I usually do. So I can go ahead and throw these in every once in a while. So definitely leave a like if you appreciated this. And I'll see you guys next time, and enjoy the final product. Alright, so I'm just gonna do a quick montage of the whole mixing process while the final beat kind of plays, and that way you guys can kind of see mixing real quick and as well just hear the final product. So go ahead and just relax and enjoy.